Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits of Metal Chaos. This show is Dave. I got a nice special guest all the way from Puerto Rico, Jose Oscar Torres, singer guitarist from Damaged. How's it going, Jose?
I'm doing pretty good, brother. How are you?
Good. How is it out in Puerto Rico today?
Rainy a little bit, not too bad. Somewhere in the 80s.
That's nice.
Definitely warmer than Chicago.
Yeah, I'll take 80s and rainy rather than this 36 degrees over here.
Oh God, definitely.
So 1989, you started up this band, huh?
That's correct. 89, yes.
So for all these years, what still keeps you passionate about doing this, man?
Well, I mean, back in '89, I was a senior in high school, and metal was like, 80s metal, thrash metal, all the stuff was like in its peak. And with my next door neighbor back from the hood, we had two kids just wanted to play some music, so he bought a drum set. I bought electric guitar. We just started playing, like Metallica covers, Slayer, Sepultura, stuff like that. And that's how Damage started. And we did that for about 2 years. And then in '91, I decided to join the army, and I left because I went after duty. And Hector, which was the co-founder, the drummer, he decided he gets married, and you know how that goes. So
yeah.
The band just kind of like disbanded. The other guys, some of them went to Florida, and some of them I just quit playing, so the band just kind of faded away,
So how long was the band faded away for?
The first stint was from '89 to '91, 2 years.
So then, that '91, the band got back together again?
No. In '91, the band got disbanded, like it breaks.
Oh, okay. So what year did the band get back?
Oh man, that was like 2015.
So
basically 24 years after.
So after all those years off, how did it feel to get back together again?
It was awesome because I'm retired from the military, so I did 20 years. So basically, when I retired, I came back. I moved back to Puerto Rico, and I just, now that I had time and everything, so I started playing again. I always play, even when I was in the service, I would play guitar and stuff like that. Never with a band. Like I used to go jam with some friends and stuff like that. Never nothing serious. But once I got here to Puerto Rico, I started writing music, and I contacted my Hector co-founder he was still in Puerto Rico. I mean, he still lives in Puerto Rico. And I said, hey, let's get back together. I got a couple of original songs that I got some ideas, and we just nothing serious, kind of like, let's get together, let's see how this goes, So we did that, and it was, we just, we never finished, it was back in '89, the same chemistry, the same love, and then we just took it from there. I told him, I said, listen, dude, I think we can do something around the local scene in Puerto Rico, because the local scene in Puerto Rico is pretty good, so like, they have shows like almost every week. I said, I think with these songs right here, we find a bass player, we can make some noise, and that's basically what we did. We found Charlie, which is the best bass player, a mutual friend of mine. He introduced to us, and he just came like it right away, and that's how Damage came back 24 years later, So
who came up with the name of the band?
Then I came up with the name back in '89. Of course, like Metallica was like our big influence, and the Slayer, and the song Damage Inc.
Oh yeah.
We were searching for some names and stuff like that. Some names came up. I didn't really like them, so I told Hector, "How about Damage Inc.?" And he was like, "Take the ink out, and we just go with Damage." And I was like, "Perfect." That was it. It was just. That's how it was due to the song, Damage from Metallica,
Yeah. So Metallica was a big influence on the band?
Definitely Metallica, Slayer, Sepultura, Creator, Sodom, all those bands like that. Testament, Exodus,
Oh yeah, the Bay,
Nuclear Assault. Yeah.
the San Francisco Bay Area thrash bands. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dark Angel. All the bands. Forbidden, all of them.
So what age did you start playing guitar?
Well, actually, before Damages, me and Hector was already on the band. It was more like one of those like play all kind of music band. Like we play like Iron Maiden, but we'll play Bon Jovi, and we'll play like Guns N' Roses, but we'll play like Metallica. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we play a little bit of everything. And I was singing. I wasn't even playing guitar at the time. I was just a singer. And that band broke. We was together for like 2 years. It was called Black Horizon. And for about 2 years, that was like 87 to 89. The band breaks. And that's when we decided to do Damage. But at that time, during that time, I was learning how to play guitar because the guy that played guitar from Black Horizon was showing me some chords. And I just started playing by ear, and I just bought my first guitar, summer job. And that's how I just picked up the guitar and started playing by ear, and just I learned how to read tablature, and it went from there, you know what I mean? So like a lot of practice, and it just got better as we went. And then once we started Damage, I was good enough where we can play those cover songs. And then as we were practicing, but we used to practice every day. We just got better and better, and then I just really fell in love and like really got into playing guitar. And then once I joined the military, I always had a guitar with me. Even when I deployed to Iraq, I always had a guitar with me. And so I just a lot of practice, and that's how it went. So that's how I picked up the guitar, basically.
So how old were you when you first picked up the guitar?
When I was Black Horizon, I would have to say about 16, 17, yeah, around that time.
So you
in high school.
So you're all self-taught. You didn't get any lessons at all?
No, I had never taken lessons. It's all like self-taught, like by ear, and then learning how to read tablature, and just like that's how I just started learning. And then once I got the basics, then the internet came around the 90s, and then YouTube, and then I just started taking like tutorials on YouTube and just doing stuff like that to learn some techniques and stuff like that from the pros, and that's how I just got better. But basically, just self-taught,
So when you started out on guitar, were you more a rhythm guitar player?
Yes, when I started, I was actually the band back in when Damage started. We were five. Like we were like two guitars, one singer. I wasn't singing at the time. I was just playing rhythm guitar. And then when Damage came back, we just became a power trio. So I just played rhythm, lead, and started singing too. So, because the guy that played bass, he didn't want to sing. So I said, "Fuck, I just sing," So, and that's how it went. But I played leads. I don't consider myself a shredder or anything like a virtuoso guy. But I understand the techniques. I understand the scales and everything else. So I just good enough to do some leads and do some solos that goes along with the song, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
well, definitely, I'm tight on the rhythm side. I'm tight with rhythm. That's my forte.
So now, was it pretty easy for you to pick up singing and playing guitar at the same time?
Say again?
I said, was it pretty easy for you to pick up playing guitar and singing at the same time?
Wow. I had to practice because I never done it before. When Damage started, I was just rhythm guitar, and once we got back, I had since I was making the music, because when we decided to bring Damage back, I told Hector, I said, listen, we are doing original music, no covers, you know what I mean? Every now and then we'll play some Slayer, some, Metallica, but for the most part, it's original music. So what I did was, since I was making the music, I would create the riff on the verse where they're comfortable for me to sing and play, you know what I mean? I don't like, on my verses, I don't do anything complicated as far as the rhythm on the guitar, the riff, just pretty simple, tight riff so I can sing. And then once we get to once I stop singing on the bridge, something like that on the lead, then I do some more sophisticated riff type, you know what I mean? But I just since I'm making the music, I can adjust the riff to the way so I can feel comfortable singing. But definitely I had to practice a lot too. So
Now,
that's how I went.
so now last year you released 1914, right?
Yes, October.
And that's your first full-length album?
That's our first full length. We had an EP. We had 4-song EP back in 2017 called Terror Alert. We put that one out, in 2017, and then from there, 2 years later, last year, we came out with the full album, full length at 1914. So World War One, World War II theme. Damage. I don't know if you noticed, but it's all like about war and military and historical events about war and warfare. That's our theme for the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So now, how long did it take to record the 1914 album?
Well, that was okay. We were supposed to enter the recording studio in September 2017, but then we got Maria hurricane hit Puerto Rico, right? So that put us back about a year. The album was supposed to came out in 2018, but we didn't start recording till like early 2019. Like we started like April to record this album, and then April, May, about 6 months took us to record the album. But the good thing about it was we had everything already set, like all the songs, everything was tight. So once we went to studio, it went easy because we wasn't experimenting or creating anything. It was all set up. But the album was supposed to be recorded back in 2017, but we couldn't do it because we had like almost a year without. Puerto Rico was about a year without power after Hurricane Maria. It was pretty bad. So everybody, all the bands that was working on albums, everything got put on hold for a year at least. So that's what happens. But it took about 6-8 months, basically.
Now, where did you record the album at?
We record the album, both albums being recorded at Luis Ramos. He's our recording guy, engineer. He got his own studio called LR Recording Studios in Patillas, Puerto Rico. And he's the guy that record both albums, you know what I mean? So shout out to him. I'm sure he probably listens. So.
Now, who writes all the lyrics for the band? You?
Yes, I do all the lyrics and the music, like all the guitar riff oriented. I come up with the bass line. So what I do basically, I do the guitar rhythm parts, riffs. I do lyrics, and I come up with a simple bass line. And then once we go into the rehearsal, me and the drummer get together first. We start putting the drum parts that we want to, like how fast we want to go fast, half tempo, whatever. Me and him get together, do that. And once that's done, we got the drum set, bass line, and guitar riff. Then we bring the bass, and then he learns the song, and then he goes to his home, do the homework, and then he'll do the scales and do his bass line. Like he'll work, like I just give him the basic chords for the bass, and he just work with some stuff, so it doesn't sound that simple. So he'll put his own little touch back at his house, and then he'll come back. If I like it, I bless on it, and then just go from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, since you write all the lyrics, why is war on your mind so much?
Well, because I spent 20 years in the army. I went to Iraq 3 times, so that's what I've been doing since I was 18 years old. They're my only job that I ever had. So it was basically my life, basically. So it's a subject that I got a lot of passion for, that I understand, how it works, because I've been in it. I know how a soldier feels to go to a war, because I've been in 3 times in the war. So it comes natural. But the funny thing about it is, like, I don't write, like, I only wrote 1 song about, like, personal experience, like, couple songs, you know what I mean? Yeah. Most of the stuff is like World War I, World War II, Vietnam. Of course, I didn't went to those, but I just like the warfare thing. I always liked it, since I was little. So I think it's a cool subject. It goes along with thrash metal, So it's like goes hand to hand with the music that we play. So it just worked for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So now, You said in Puerto Rico you got a lot of metal bands out there?
Yes, yes, yes. The local scene here is pretty cool, pretty good. There's a lot of heavy metal bands, thrash metal, doom metal, death metal, hardcore, grindcore, everything. You know, man. Even glam. There's a couple glam metal bands too. So yeah, there's a lot of good bands out here in Puerto Rico. So yes, definitely. The scene is pretty good. We like I told you earlier in the interview. There's shows almost every weekend, and it's doing pretty good. So I will have to say.
So when was the last show you guys played?
We played a show back in January. Because actually I don't know if I said it, but we have a new drummer on the band because Hector, the guy that co-founded the band with me, he just had a surgery on his shoulder back in September, and he didn't recover like he was expecting to, and after his doctor advice, he had to retire from playing, so we just lost them few weeks back. But we was already doing some shows with the new drummer. We had some stuff already set up. I didn't want to cancel, so we just went with this guy temporarily until waiting for Hector to recover, but he couldn't. So we just offered him the job, and he took it. And the last show was in January in this place called Bikers Rocking Place. It's a small little bar, like, you know, biker type. It's a good atmosphere. And we just played, like basically, we was the only band that night, so we played like for like 2 hours. We played every song, we played some Slayer stuff. So we had a good time out there, you know?
Yeah. Now, have you guys opened for any, national bands at all?
Yeah, back in 2016, 2017, early 17 March, I believe, we opened for DRI. So,
How
DRI,
that
the crossover band, yeah.
How'd that go?
Pretty good. So, as a matter of fact, we was at that time we was a power trio. We was only three at a time. And we was doing the sound check, and their guitar player came out, and he was like, when we finished, like, dude, I thought it was like three guitars playing, because you guys sound so full, so heavy, and I'm just looking at just you. So he was like, he was kind of like, he just caught me off guard. He was expecting to at least two guitar players, you know what I mean? Because the way the sound was on the sound check,
right?
I thought it was just only me, so, you know, but I got a good rig, and, you know, I got a little, you know, I got my little flavor on it. I got a little shit, you know what I mean? So it can sound full, and I just make it sound like that. But yeah, that was pretty cool that he acknowledged that. So, but yeah, that was a great show. It was full pack house. We played at Respuesta in San Juan, sold out, and DRI did a great show, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that's cool that you got a compliment from Spike.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Now, what kind of rack do you play out of?
Well, I got it's 80s thrash, so I'm using JCM 800 Marshall. I got it 803 Maxim overdrive to boost the signal, and I'm using also a DSL 100 Marshall also. Got a nice gain. Actually, that one I run it with no boost. You know what I mean? Just straight from the head. But I like the JC800 with the pedal. You know what I mean? With the overdrive pedal, because you just sound tight and like you just got that 80s sound. You know? Because that's a tone that I like. I like that Raining Blood Master of Puppet tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I use. I use Marshall 800. I got 800, and I got the DSL 100, and I got two cabs. You know, I got B30s, 1960s. So, I mean, they loaded. So, I mean, and that's what I use really. Of course, you know, I got a chorus pedal for some cleans, a delay for solos, and a wah. But other than that, that's it. I don't use anything else.
Now, what kind of guitars do you play?
Of course, the guitars. Guitars got EMGs, 81, 6. I use 16 bridge, 81. And on my other guitar, I use 81 on the bridge and 85 on the neck. You know what I mean? So 8160, 8185. So high put ENG. So you should, that with the oil dry is good enough. You know what I mean?
So what kind of guitars do you play?
I got a lot of guitars, but I mean the main two that I use for shows, I got a Jackson Randy Rose Pro Series, black one, ebony fretboard, all the body wood, the 81 and the 85, Floyd Rose Special, the whole nine, and then I got a Gibson Explorer, an 85 Explorer. That one I custom made. I got it painted with camoed up, got like camouflage paint on it. And that's the one that got the 81 and the 60, like the headfield set. And that one is just a fixed bridge. I don't have tremolo on it. So depends on the set. If I got, if we're playing songs that I don't have to dwell on the tremolo, then I just use the camouflage guitar. No, I have to use the Jackson. So, but that's the only guitars I'm using. I'm using the Darius strings, then the 52. So yeah, that's it.
So the Jackson and the Gibson are your two main guitars.
Yes.
So how many guitars do you own altogether?
I got about. I don't have a whole lot compared to other people. I got about 6 or 7. So I got Charbel. I got another Jackson soloist. I got a BC Rich Mockingbird. I used to use that for shows. I don't use it anymore. I got a Charbel Desolation. I got an ESP B-King, white one. That was the first guitar Damage used, but I retired that one. About 6 or 7.
So you still own your first guitar?
Well, the first one that I used when Damage came in 2015. Because the guitar because back then I only had one guitar in '89. I had it was a Gibson. Well, I forgot the model, but it looked like the Jackson Soloist. I forgot the name of the model, but it was a Gibson. It was a Gibson Epiphone Soloist body, and it had a Floyd Rose Special and Seymour Duncan's. I think it had JBN. I can remember, but that was the first guitar that I learned to play with. And somehow my father decided, when I went to the army, I guess he just decided to sell it. When they moved to another house, I guess they lost it. So I don't know. I don't even know where that guitar is, so it's sad. But the ones that I got from since I was in the army in 2006, I keep those. It's about 6.
Now, do you know how to play any other instruments besides the guitar?
I can play bass, obviously, but that's about it. I don't play no keyboards. I can't even mess with the drums. I won't even mess with drums. That's about it. Just if it got strings, I can make a sound.
So now the Damage is like pretty much the only band you've ever played in, right?
That's correct. I mean, other than Black Horizon, where I used to sing, but that was only 2 years. But yeah, that once we got into Damage, that was it for me. And that's the only band that I ever played. So from time to time, I go do like a little collaboration with some of the guys from another bands in Puerto Rico. Hey man, can you come and sing with us and play one song? Like we're gonna do, I don't know, like for example, Seek and Destroy. I go with them and play whatever, mess around, but nothing official. I'm all about Damage. So.
Now, Jose, what would you consider to be your fondest memory of being in this band?
Well, I would have to say, when we opened to the area, it was pretty awesome. But I would have to say when we released the first album, called Terror Alert, the EP, it was the biggest moment because we never dreamed that we were gonna we didn't even think we were gonna write original music back then. Not alone record your own album and you can have it. Like when the merchant that I write, when the CDs came to my house and I opened the box and I just threw the CD and it's there. It's like that was a pretty big moment for me. and I'm pretty sure for the other guys too. So I would have to say that was my biggest moment, just releasing that first album, because it was a lot of work, and it was something that we never dreamed of. So we did it.
So how long did it take to record the Terror Alert EP?
Terror Alert took about 6 months. 6 months, yeah. It was only 4 songs, but it took a while because we will mess around with the tone, and it just took a while to get set. For 1914, it was easier because we already knew we had the rig; it was already all set. We just did a dry run, and it sounded good, and we went from there. But for Terror Alert, we messed around for like almost a month just looking for a tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially the guitar tone. The drums sounded good, the bass, but it was the guitar. I didn't like it, so I just, took about a month. And that alone, that took a while. But yeah, I think it was about 6 months it took.
So Terror Alert was recorded in the same studio where you recorded 1914?
Yeah, LR studio. With Luis Ramos. Same place.
Now, are you working on any new material?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I just finished writing lyrics for a song today, this morning. The first song, our plans right now is to, we want to start working on material. We hopefully, we can go to the studio late this year, beginning of 21, to record our third album. Already working on some riffs and stuff like that, but I just wrote the first official song, like the actual lyric. And I'm working on some riffs and some music for it, so I can get with the guys probably in about 2 or 3 weeks, and we can put that one together, and then we just go from there. Because I just do one song at a time, so we just go from there. But hopefully the album will start working on it later this year, and it should be out by the end of 2021. It should be coming out. So, and that will be our third album. So. I already got the name of the album. It's gonna be called. It's gonna call War is Hell. And it's gonna be a lot of World War II stuff on it. So, like as usual. So, yeah. But yeah, man. Hopefully we'll get that one out too.
You said it's gonna be called War is Hell.
Exactly. Yeah, War is Hell. So, and that will be the name.
Now, do you listen to the band Exciter at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
From Canada.
They got the song. They got that song "War Is Hell."
Oh really?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Yeah. Well, there's something to think about it. I mean, I know they have. I mean, that's have to be one of the latest albums, right?
No, it's old album.
No. Well, yeah. Because I remember they
was
had
on Violence and Force.
Unveiling the Wicked and stuff like that. They got the one with got the Marshall painted with blood.
Yeah.
Got the, what's the name of that? Yeah. So okay, that's something. I mean, I guess. I mean, I like the title. I don't know if that would be a problem, but I don't know. So far, that's gonna be the name, but you never know. I mean, that can always change. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll go from there.
Now, do you have any shows coming up this year?
Yes, we got our next show is going to be in 2 weeks, March 14th. We're going back to Bikers. We'll be playing there. And then after that, we got a couple shows in the summer. And hopefully, I'm trying to get something together to do like a mini run in the East Coast. Maybe like August time frame. But I got a band from California that they offer his service, like they want to play with us, and we're going back and forth. As a matter of fact, I have to call and see what's up with that. But if we do that, then that will be we'll be playing the song, Florida, Georgia, maybe North Carolina coming up, 95. So we'll be doing that hopefully, and we also have some plans to go to Mexico later this year. With a band called Dantesco from Puerto Rico. I don't know if you heard of them.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, they played in Chicago before, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so they going to Mexico, and they have like they got like 4 days over there. So I think we're going to, I'm trying to work at least 2 days, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully that happened too this year. Plus, we'll, we just play, regular, around the island. So, just go bar hopping, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, Jose, do you have any funny or embarrassing stories from any of your shows that you've done with the band?
All right, let me see. Let me think. Yeah, our first time we played in the States, summer 2017, and our last day we had a show in New York City, and we opened up for a band called Accelerator. I don't know if you heard them. They from Long Island, trash. And we started, and all of a sudden my amp went out on the third song. So I was trying to go back, and I don't know, was something was wrong with the damn thing, and it was just like it'll go way over, like sound like one of the tooth was going out. I guess he was fading in and out. So like we'll be crushing, and then all of a sudden you're just like, whoop. And then it's only one guitar, so like you really screwed, you know what I mean? And I guess that was like, I just got tired. I was like, I just kicked the damn amp and smashed it against the wall and say the show is over. I just left, bro. Yeah. So then the producer called me and said, you owe me amp, but I don't owe you shit. So you should have got a good equipment. So now, but it's all good. Shout out to F. Parsty. He was the promoter. So I there in New York. So yeah, but that was about, one of the funny things. Other than that, we never really had anything crazy or funny other than that incident. We always, so far we've been pretty good at it. We have been, lucky, I guess, no.
Yeah.
Never pop a string, I never pop a string or anything like that, you know what I mean? Or something crazy, so never passed out or anything like that. So other than that incident with the head in New York, everything's been nice and smooth, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what guitar players are your biggest influences?
Well, for me, as an influence, James Hetfield. So James Hetfield is, to me, really, really one of the biggest influence. Of course, rhythm guitar, singer. Of course, Max Cavalera from Sepultura. Big, huge fan of Max. And Millie Petrusa from
Creator. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my big three. But my favorite guitar player of all time, and just he doesn't sing, but the way he plays, his attitude, and the way he wrote music and everything like that is Jeff Hanneman from Slayer. So Jeff Hanneman is definitely my biggest influence as a guitar player and composing, making music, writing riff. For me, it's best. Him and James Hetfield, I would have to say.
Now, how important is social media to your band?
Well, I mean, that's I'm an old dude, you know what I mean? So I have to learn how to love it, But it's you have to. It's mandatory, you know what I mean? Even if I don't like it, even if I'm still used to you do your own flyer and then you tape it on the wall in the high school, which was cool back then, but now that's not going to work. So definitely you have to be involved in media. We had the Facebook page, we got the Instagram, all the platforms, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to do it because it's the only way. If you don't do it, you'll fall behind, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And right now we're talking on the phone and you got your podcast, so that's how things have evolved.
Yeah.
From back then, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So, what kind of advice would you give young bands starting out there?
Well, I will have to say lots of practice first. If basically, I know it sounds cliche and everything, but I will have to say, don't worry about what nobody else say or whatever. If you believe in yourself and you believe the music you're doing, just put it out there. Somebody's gonna like it. Lots of practice, lots of patience, it's a lot of work. We don't really live off of this. I mean, I don't live off the music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like an expensive hobby, for most of the people, you know what I mean?
Yep.
At least for the underground scene. But if it feels good for you, believe in yourself. Lots of practice. Once again, talk to people, like the old school heads. They've been around, done that, been there, done that. Talk to them, pick their brains. You know what I mean? And just go from there. And eventually somebody gonna like your music. So there's music for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a few fun questions, brother. Ready?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. What is your favorite food that you like to eat?
My favorite food?
Yeah. What's your favorite food to eat?
Okay. Well, I really like everything. So I don't have anything really favorite. Like you know what I mean? Like I have to say pizza. Let's go with pizza.
What do you like on your pizza?
Oh man, pepperoni, green peppers, onions, black olives. Yeah, that's it. Italian sausage, of course.
They got good pizza out in Puerto Rico?
Oh yeah, we got some awesome places here for pizza. So yeah, definitely get you definitely can get some good pizza here. All that like I'm not talking about the Pizza Huts and the Domino and all that crap. I'm talking about like
authentic pizza.
Homemade stuff. Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I know we're not Geno's or anything like that, but I mean, you can find some good pizza for everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what is your favorite beverage to drink?
Well, Sprite. I would have to say, yeah. I mean, I'm not a heavy. I mean, like before, I used to, pound, the beers and the whiskey and all the stuff when I was young.
Yeah.
Especially in the service. I mean, I'll kill a bottle of Bacardi the night before, and at 4 in the morning, I get up and run 10 miles like nothing. You know what I mean? So that was back then. Can't do it no more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I just drink sodas, stuff like that. I mean, I guess.
So
nothing really special. You know what I mean? I don't have like a special drink.
Yeah, soda.
I drink a Heineken every now and then, I guess.
For Jeff Hanneman.
Oh yeah, definitely. The man.
So
One for Jeff.
all right. So who are your top 3 favorite bands of a lifetime? Slayer. Nah,
Slayer. Slayer, Metallica, and Sepultura. That's it. 1, 2, 3.
All right. What was the first metal concert you ever went to?
I saw Ozzy Osbourne back in 1983. I was 12 years old.
That's awesome,
My
man.
dad took me to my dad took me to the concert, and of course he didn't went in, so he just waited for me the whole time in the parking lot. See, here in Puerto Rico, man, especially back in the 80s, nobody really cared about the age, so
Yeah.
I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
At the Ozzy Osbourne concert, and it was great. It was 83. It was Rudy Sarso, Doug Aldrich, and it was Brad Gillis. It was like right before Jake Lee came in the band. So, and that was my first concert at 12 years old. Can you imagine?
So where do you hope to see the band Damaged in, say, 5 years from now?
Well, hopefully, I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope definitely one album, maybe two more, but at a minimum one more album. And really, I love to play a big. I don't know. The dream of every band, play like a big festival in Europe or maybe the U.S. Just one of the open airs, one of the back ends, or the Bloodstock, or Resurrection, or Rocking Rim, or the big fest. So hopefully Grasp Up or anything like that. Because I've been to all those fests, but I never as a band. So that would be the top. I mean, if I do that, I'm fine. I can retire the next day. You know what I mean? If I get invited to play a big opening fest, open air.
Awesome. Well, Jose, I want to thank you very much for doing this interview, man. I
appreciate you, Dave, and I want to say hi to all your fans from the Pits of Metal, and thank you, for giving this platform. And we are here in Puerto Rico, and there's a lot of metal in Puerto Rico, and a lot of bands that come to Puerto Rico, they love it. We just had Violence here about 3 weeks ago, and Phil Demo he loved it. You know what I mean? I had a chance to talk to him for a little while. But yeah, thanks for your show. We need stuff like this, you know what I mean? Because like we have, us as band members and having a band, it's all cool. But without the fans and without the people like you that do podcasts and do stuff like that for the underground thing, it dies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we can have all the underground bands in the world, but if there's no exposure, and platform like yours, then it's doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you having me on your show. Once again, all the Pits of Metal fans, keep it metal.
We'll do another interview in the future.
All right, man. Hey, anytime, brother. I mean, we'll talk about metal and army, whatever you want to talk.
All right, brother. You have a great night, and thanks again.
All right, man. Take care, Dave.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
There is a major incident in Lower Manhattan.
We just got a report in that there's been some sort of explosion at the World Trade Center in...
Oh my God, another plane has just hit. Oh, another one just hit.
Oh my God.
My God. Just flew directly over my building.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. There's another one. There was another one.
I'm running away very, very quickly. There are more explosions further down the building.
Explosion.
The building's exploding right now. You got people running up the street. Everybody's panicking. Clearly the thing is out of control.
One of our producers said perhaps a second plane was involved.
You saw a
Yes,
plane?
I just saw a plane go into the building.
Bin Laden has declared war. Islamic terrorists everywhere. Hey, feel there in your souls. Immortals in the eyes of God. Brainwashed by a data. Practicing what they preach. Committed to the living pain. Execution deadly swift. Terror alert. Terror alert. Terror alert! Fears of the evil waste! They are all still in fear by using terror tactics. Brutal display of terror the world had never seen. No one's safe no more. These persons are already alive. Everybody share the pain. Our life will never be the same. Terror alert. Terror alert. Terror alert. Fears of the evil ways. Fear of the evil ways. They hijack our airplanes, even coming our way. The city's unaware, and then the attack is coming. Reciting words from the Quran, killing in the name of God. The loudest thunder ever. Evil has prepared the day. Terror alert! Terror alert! Terror alert! Fears of the evil ways.
A look at the latest video from Tuesday's tragedy in Manhattan, the now familiar scene of the World Trade Center Twin Towers collapsing.
All right, that was Terror Alert from Damaged. Once again, I want to thank Jose Oscar Torres, singer, guitarist for Damaged. And I hope everyone enjoyed the interview. Everyone have a great night. Keep it metal.